Thank you to Duval Acura at 11225 Atlantic Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida, for allowing me to film here today. And a special thank you to Matt Sykes for helping me set everything up. Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking an in-depth look at this 2022 Kia Telluride SX. It says the Prestige package and Nightfall package, which is very cool. And take a look at the window sticker here. I apologize for any road noise in the background. This car comes in gravity gray, has a brown Napa leather interior. You have these very nice 20-inch black alloy wheels. This car comes equipped with rain-sensing wipers, has a premium cloth headliner, a self-leveling rear suspension, and a 10-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. It's also equipped with lane departure warning, 360-degree parking sensors, blind spot monitoring, 911 connect, has speed-sensitive steering, forward collision mitigation, rear cross traffic collision avoidance, and pedestrian detection. This vehicle is all-wheel drive. Nice sunroof on the top. So let's go ahead and take a look at the keys. And before I do, I just want to comment on this. Because it has the Nightfall package, it has this blacked out grille, blacked out Telluride lettering. It's very nice. But now looking at the keys here, you get your traditional, or not traditional, your standard Kia key. You got your buttons on the side, your new Kia logo. It's your lock and unlock. You hold here to open the trunk, and here is your panic alarm. Got a clip on the bottom, you can take out the key. Now unlocking it here. It does have keyless entry. So if I were to lock the vehicle, and it has power folding mirrors, but if I were to just come up to the vehicle, press this button here, it'll unlock. Opening up into this beautiful brown Napa leather interior. It's a nice trim, a nice door handle here. Like I said, your Harman Kardon sound system, your premium cloth headliner. So let's go ahead and step inside here. Solid sounding door. Push the brake. Very nice vehicle. So looking at the door here, you have your memory seating here. You have your mirror controls. So just select which mirror you want to adjust, and then adjust with left, right, down, up. You have your power folding mirrors. Just press again to unfold them. You have your door lock and unlock. Your one-touch down windows for the front and rear. And the rear windows do go down all the way. All windows are also one touch up. So here are your rear child window locks. You got a cup holder and some storage down below. Pulling the door shut again, we can look over here. You have your gauge cluster brightness, so you can adjust that here. You can turn off your blind spot monitoring, your lane keep assist, your traction control, and you can open the trunk here. Do you have a power seat? So forward, backward, or backward, up, down, and you get thigh extensions here. So that's a very nice feature. You also get lumbar support. So looking at the gauge cluster here, well, before we do that, we were just on the topic of adjusting the seats, so you can also tilt and telescope the steering wheel. So now looking into the gauge cluster here, on the left you have your tachometer, your engine temperature. At the top you have your range, a speedometer in the center. You also get a heads-up display with it's a little hard. There we go. You can see the speedometer there. You get your exterior temperature, your mileage. This car has 40,000 miles on it, and when you change gears, you can see what gear you're in. So reverse, neutral. Oh, and when you're in reverse, you get all these parking sensors. So if you get close to something, it'll ding. But neutral, drive, and if I were to go into manual mode, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. There are some things you can do. When I turn the turn signal on, it'll show a camera on the left side. So I have the left turn signal on, so a camera on the left mirror will show what's on my left. So if I'm driving down the interstate, you can look here in your blind spot and see, oh, is there anyone there? Same for the right turn signal. So that's a real neat feature. You can also go through different screens in here. You've got your drive mode. So if I switch drive modes and go into sport mode, it'll show there. Smart mode will switch between different drive modes as you're driving, depending on how much throttle you give. You got eco mode and snow mode. You can scroll up, like I said, your speedometer, tripometer, your average fuel economy. I promise you that the fuel economy for this car isn't 6 miles per gallon. This car just hasn't been driven much. Then you also can scroll through, you got a compass here, your tire pressure, your attention level, so it'll measure whether you're, it'll measure how alert you are while you're driving, and your lane keep assist system. Here you have all kinds of settings. You got settings for your heads-up display, driver assistance settings, door settings, light settings, sound settings, convenience settings, service interval, other settings, and you can reset to factory settings in there. And then we're back to the speedometer. Here you have your analog speedometer and a fuel gauge with kilometers in the middle of the speedo. So, like I said, here's your turn signal stock. You can see the cameras in there. You got your fog lights and headlights, which I'll go ahead and show you now. And your high beams down below here. And while on the topic of lights, here is your hazard switch. Over here you have your wiper controls, one time there, your different intermittent settings there. You can adjust how fast your one-time intermittent is, pull towards you for wiper fluid, push away from you for the rear wiper fluid, and your rear wiper. You twist the end of the stock. Here you have your, like I said, your new Kia logo on the steering wheel. It's a very nice steering wheel. I like the way it looks and feels. Over here you have some buttons that will control things in here. You click here, it'll switch between AM, FM, Bluetooth. Here is your volume control. Here you can switch between stations, or presets, sorry. And here's your phone answer and decline. Over here are the buttons I was using to go through the gauge cluster. This was the button that would switch between the different main settings. This would scroll down and up, and to select something, you push it inwards. Here your cruise control, so increase speed, decrease, your distance pacing, and cancel. And here's your horn. Looking down below, you've got your pedals, and some very nice purple ambient lighting. So, moving into the center screen here, you can select a different profile. Here's a home screen. This is the very home screen. You've got a map over there, what you're listening to. Scroll to the side, your different settings. So here is your map. So you can scroll out, look around all over the place. There's a zoom in, zoom out, navigation volume. So if you want it to talk to you, you do that. Here you got a compass, and back to your home. If you want to put in a destination, you can type it in down here. And then here's your menu. So here's your navigation menu. You can set some presets for certain places. And there's points of interest, Kia dealerships, saved places, all that good stuff. You've got your phone. If you connect it to phone, you click there. Phone projection, Apple CarPlay, that kind of thing. Your voice memo, if you wanted to record something and save it, you could. Say like, hello there. So then I can play it. And then I can click it. Hello there. Just like so. And then there's also a really cool feature called passenger talk. So I'm going to put my phone in the back seat so you can hear me from back there. So you are sitting in the very back of the car, yet I'm talking in a quiet voice and you can hear me just fine. That's because my voice is coming through the speakers. So if I wanted to turn up the volume, I could, or turn it down. I could also do that. So that's a pretty cool feature in my opinion. So now to leave the passenger talk screen, you can just click back. You got a quiet mode, so music will only play to the beginning, in the front of the vehicle and not the back, and it'll sort of clear out the back. Here's your rear climate. So there's no physical buttons for the rear climate controls. You have to do it all through here. Increase temperature, decrease temperature, your fan speed here, and you turn it off there. Where you want the air to go, and an automatic mode. HD radio data. And here's your actual radio itself. You can see through different stations. Like that. Or you could just use the knob down below to scroll. But this has a very nice Harman Kardon sound system, like I said. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. So here you can switch between FM, AM, and Sirius XM. Here you've got radio settings, sound settings, a split screen. You could also toggle the split screen via this arrow right here. You get your time and date on the top. Yeah. You get your media. So here's another screen you can switch between. And then you've also got sounds of nature. So that's an interesting feature. If you just want, maybe your kids are sleeping in the back, you can play sounds of nature to keep them asleep, something like that. Here you have your setup screen. All this for settings. And then here's another way to get your sounds of nature. You have a digital user's manual that'll pull up a QR code, scan the QR code, and then you have your UVO notifications and toggle. So, moving down to the physical controls. You've got 3 across air vents right here. You got your volume control, a shortcut to your map, shortcut to your navigation settings or menu, shortcut to your radio, shortcut to your media sources, your hazard switch, switch between stations there, a favorites button, and a shortcut to your settings. This is also a tuning knob to change stations. So you just click home up there. You have physical climate controls, which is really nice to see. You have a heated steering wheel, temperature. You select on auto, so it'll adjust fan speed for you. You can turn the whole system off. Just adjust the fan speed to turn it back on. Your front defroster, your fan speed controls, and then click this button and it'll take you to the rear climate controls. Here you can adjust where you want the air to blow. If you just want fans blowing, no actual AC, rear defroster and recirculating air, as well as passenger temperature. You also have your passenger airbag sensor. This car has a little cubby pouch in here, 12-volt outlet, and a wireless phone charger. You have 3-stage heated and cooled seats, which is nice to see for driver and passenger. You got grab handles on the side, which is nice. And I want to talk about some cameras. So you've got your backup camera, which is nice. Trajectory lines, and it'll show where the front of the car is going to swing out to. So that's a really neat feature. You have a top-down view. And some views from the back corner of the car. And you got camera settings in here. You also, if I move it down into drive, you have front cameras. So you've got a top-down front camera, again with trajectory lines. A front view camera, so that's just a camera in the front of the vehicle if you got to get close to a wall or something. And then you have corner, so you can see where your wheels are if you're trying not to hit a curb or something like that. To go into manual mode, you shift down, shift up, and back into park. Here you have your drive mode selector, like I said, smart, sport, comfort, eco, and snow. And you have a differential locker. Here you have your automatic start-stop toggle, your automatic brake hold, your electronic parking brake. You can turn off your parking sensors. Here you have a center console. You got 12-volt down in there, and this little cubby's removable. 2 cup holders right there for the backseat passengers. Looking at the ceiling, like I said, you got this premium cloth headliner. You got your rearview mirror with your garage home link. And you get a sunroof, so you can slide this back. You can tilt by pushing in and push forward to close it. And one touch all the way back. You also get one in the back. But it doesn't open, just the covering does. They're both one touch to come back as well. here is, you can toggle the lights on and off. You have your UVO connect. This toggles the door light, so if you want them on when you open the door, you click it in, and so now when I open the door, the lights will come on. But if I don't want them to come on, press that, now they don't. So here you can toggle each individual light, and you have a sunglasses holder. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the vehicle. Climbing into the back seat here. Again, very nice materials on the door. Got a window shade. Got your heated rear seat controls, as well as cooled rear seat controls. Little holder there. Telluride. Got grab handles here. Pull the door closed. This seat is really far forward at the moment, so I'm going to scoot it back a little, which is nice. You can adjust. You can also adjust the back of the seat to recline. Got a nice armrest here. Got a little place to hang grocery bags or something if you have anything you need to hang there. Storage pouch here. Like I said, you've got your cup holders here. No rear climate controls. 12-volt outlet there. Not 12-volt outlet here. Household style right there. USB ports on the side of the seat here. On the ceiling is where your climate controls are. So, sorry I misspoke earlier when I said there is no way to control the rear climate controls except through the screen. You can do it here. So, you've got two lights here. You can adjust temperature. It's locked now, so if I want to go and unlock that, I can go in here and click that, and that'll unlock them. So now I can adjust temperature. I can put it on auto mode, change the fan speed to turn that off. I can change where I want the air to go. If I want it to go on my head, I can click here. If I want it to go on my feet as well, I can click here. You got your fan speed. So yes, a very nice back seat. Very comfortable car. To open the gas cap here, you just press it in like so. This car takes regular gasoline, and it has an MPG of 19 city and 24 highway. To open the tailgate here, or lift gate. You can fold down the rear seats, pull this strap. To fold down the second row, just press here. But behind the third row, you still get plenty of trunk room. You also get a Velcro strap there, so they're not swinging around. Got some underfloor storage. Your spare tire is underneath here. Some little tie down points. And your speaker, you got a 12-volt outlet up here. And child seat anchors. And you get another bag holder. So if you have grocery bags in the trunk, you can hang them on this hook here. I said, it has one-touch rear windows. So if you want to go into the third row, you could just climb through the middle here because it has captain's chairs, or you could press this button or this button, and it'll slide the seat forward just like so. And a nice little step here. Pull it back, I just grab it there. And cup holders. You have pretty good rear seat room. If in an event of electronics not working, you can pull there if those buttons aren't accessible to you for whatever reason. Two cup holders and a USB. And to get out, you can press right there. Got all your necessary books in here. So now let's go ahead and talk about the engine. To access the engine bay, you're gonna wanna come in here and pull. Come around to the front, got a little switch in there, and pull it right up. What you're looking at here is a 3.8 liter V6 engine. This car's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This puts out 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Now let's give it a listen, shall we? Thanks again to Duval Acura for allowing me to film this vehicle, and especially Matt Sykes for helping me get it situated. I also want to thank you guys for watching this review on the 2022 Kia Telluride SX with the Prestige package and the Nightfall package. You all have a good one. Bye-bye.